We bet you miss your little fur baby the second you step out the door. As you walk towards your car, you wonder what your pup is thinking. Will they gaze out the window all day waiting for your return? Or will they have a one-pup party to celebrate their independence? Does your little furry angel even miss you when you leave the house? Let's look at the clues to find out. Make sure you watch to the end. If your pup exhibits some of the most troubling behaviors, you'll need to know how to help them. So let's dive in. The clues are clear, or are they? When you return home after a long day's work, does your pup meet you at the door? Do they tippy-tap their feet or start super spinning? Is their tail wagging? Are they trying to jump up to you? Does it seem like they're only a second away from literally bursting with excitement? That kind of welcome home sure looks like a happy reunion. It's as if they're saying, "Yippee, you're finally home." So does that mean your pup misses you? Based on these reactions to your return, the signs are pretty clear. Or are they? Are our doggos thinking, "When will she get back?" Or "How can he leave me so long?" Because they miss us? Or are they really thinking, "When will I be fed?" Do our pups miss us, or are they just waiting for our return so they can get what they truly want: food, walkies, and entertainment? Dogs can't tell the time, but they do understand how time passes. Thanks to their incredible sense of smell, your dog can detect the strength of your scent in the house. The longer you've been gone, the weaker your scent will become. Through what's known as their wake-sleep cycle or circadian rhythm, dogs can understand routines. In fact, they thrive on them. Your pup can match your residual scent level in the house to when you usually come home, and they'll start anticipating your arrival. Once you arrive home, there's more to your pup's excitement than being unable to live another minute without you. One thing on their mind is, where have you been? Their greeting ritual, like jumping and licking, is also a way for your pup to assess what you've been up to. With a good whiff, they'll know if you've been spending time with other dogs. Oh yes, a University of California in San Diego study revealed that dogs are not above jealousy. Through these patterns and routines, our pups have been conditioned to associate our arrival with good things: company, tasty food, and being taken out into the neighborhood. But it begs the question, would they feel the same way if anyone came to the house? Would they be just as excited if the postman fed them, if a police officer sat with them, or if a random neighbor popped over to take them out for a walk? How do we know if it's just the good things they miss or if it's actually us? Multiple studies reveal that interactions between a pup and their owner trigger the release of a substance called oxytocin, otherwise known as the love hormone. Gazing into your fur baby's eyes will also give them that little love explosion. In fact, the same thing happens to human babies when they gaze at their parents. One study published in Behavioral Processes revealed that not only can your pooch recognize your scent, but it also makes them happier than the scent of their best doggy pal or the smell of a random human. Another study found that telling your pooch you love them causes their little hearts to beat faster in excitement. And what about reunions specifically? One study published in Peer J tested whether dogs left alone in their houses for a while would greet their owners or chow down on delicious food. 8 times out of 10, the dogs ran to their owners. And in the first of its kind study, researchers in Japan discovered something amazing happens when your pup sees you for the first time in ages. They produce tears of joy. When you add all this up, it's pretty clear your furry little buddy misses you deeply when you're gone. But should you find their attachment to you adorable or troubling? Well, it depends on what your dog does when they're home alone. If they're just chillin'. If you've ever set up pet cams in your house, you'll know that a typical dog day at home is much less dramatic than you imagined. After you leave, your pup will probably keep an eye on the door, but they'll find something else to do after a while. They'll sniff around the house to check for any new information before plopping themselves down on the floor and dozing off. According to multiple canine sleep studies, pups usually sleep around 12 to 14 hours per day, meaning they need a lot of naps. When they wake up, your pooch might decide to check out the backyard. Suddenly, they hear a noise. They think, "Ooh, a squirrel." They bark and run around like crazy. Eventually, tired from that exertion, they'll have a few gulps of water and probably another quick nap. Later, they'll find a toy to chew on or maybe steal one of your dirty socks from the clothes hamper. When they next feel the need for sleep, they might even take a power nap on your bed. They're thinking, "She'll never find out." Your pup is happily in the land of Nod until the sound of footsteps near the front door wakes them. Yippee, they think, it's Dad. Before realizing the truth, it's not you, it's their arch nemesis, the mailman. Your good little guard dog will make their best big boy or big girl bark, designed to send the intruder scurrying. And it works. The mailman doesn't stick around long. Just in case he comes back, your pup stands sentry at the front door for a little while longer. Eventually, your pup falls back asleep until their body tells them you're on your way home. That's when the excitement starts. If your pup is comfortable with the routine, they'll be confident you'll return and won't suffer from feeling abandoned. They'll pass the time with naps, curiosity, and self-entertainment. No stress. If they're freaking out. But there is another scenario. You grab your keys, put on your shoes, and head for the door. As you step out, your pup's ears perk up and their eyes widen. Panic sets in. They think, "Oh no, not this again." Before you even lock the door, the whining starts. Separation anxiety is a behavioral condition in which dogs experience extreme distress when left alone, and up to 40% of our beloved fur babies suffer from it. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, your pup might respond to their separation anxiety in a number of ways: excessive barking or whining, pacing, destructive chewing, and soiling inside the house even though they're potty trained. Some dogs are so desperate for their owner that they try to escape the house. If your pup suffers from separation anxiety, being home alone is emotionally devastating. They might be thinking, "They've abandoned me, they're never coming back, I'll be alone forever." Okay, but why? You've had pups in the past and they were all fine, so why does your current little fur baby stress out so much? According to a study published in Applied Animal Behavior Science, pups who have experienced significant changes, like being abandoned by their owners and thrust into an animal shelter, are most at risk of developing separation anxiety. Even though you have given them a safe and loving home, each time you leave, they might think, "I remember what happened last time. They left me forever. What if it happens again?" Studies also suggest that some breeds are more prone to separation anxiety than others. Working dogs like Border Collies, Labrador Retrievers, and German Shepherds have been bred specifically for constant companionship and high levels of activity, so they are most likely to be distressed by being left alone. In contrast, more independent dogs like Chow Chows, Boston Terriers, and French Bulldogs tend to do much better when their owners are not around. A study published in Frontiers in Veterinary Science found that puppies who were not exposed to different people and environments were more likely to develop fear-based behaviors like separation anxiety as they matured. Another study published in the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association revealed two other surprising risk factors. A pup is 2.5 times more likely to suffer separation anxiety if their owner is the only human in the household, especially if the pup is hyper-attached to their human. However, a study in animal cognition found that while dogs can recognize human voices, they don't interpret TV or radio sounds as real companionship. For these pups, their owner is their whole world. When that's taken away, they are terrified. These things won't help. If you think adding a second dog to your household will be comforting company for your anxious pup, think again. Research published in the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association debunked that theory. It's not about any company, it's about your company. Remember, separation anxiety is a fear behavior, and the fear is that their human is abandoning them. Similarly, leaving the TV or radio on is unfortunately not an effective substitute for those super anxious pups. A study in animal cognition found that while dogs can recognize human voices, they don't equate those sounds with real companionship. Scolding, yelling at, or punishing your terrified pup will also not help them get over their anxiety in any way. In fact, according to behaviorists at the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, you'll just make things worse. Your pup will think, "Now I'm alone, scared, and in trouble." So what does help? There is no one-size-fits-all solution to your pup's separation anxiety. But behavioral training and gradual desensitization during your absence should help ease their stress. The goal is to teach your fur baby that being alone is okay. You can start with small steps like leaving for just a few minutes before you return. Gradually, you can increase the time away. Linking your departure with something positive, like a treat, will also help ease their stress. They'll eventually think, "Oh no, Dad's leaving, but yippee, a tasty snack." However, in severe cases, anti-anxiety medication prescribed by a veterinarian and consulting with a professional dog behaviorist might be necessary. Even the most anxious dogs can learn to spend time alone. Of course, they'll still miss you when you're gone, but the separation won't be so devastating for either of you. For more insights into what not to do when leaving your dog home alone, watch this video.